Hey Tuskegee, Pat Wallace back here with you again for another episode of Tuskegee Online, your digital platform that gets you up close and personal with the candidates that are seeking your voice in the municipal elections in Tuskegee on August 26th. Make sure you go out there and make your voice heard. Today we're hearing from Mr. U.L. Brownlee, who is a candidate for City Council in Tuskegee, Alabama. Let's get right into the questions with Mr. Brownlee. Mr. Brownlee, welcome to the forum.
Thank you.
Let's jump right into these questions. First of all, why should District 5 voters choose you to represent them on the Tuskegee City Council?
That's a very good question. I've been asked that question a number of times, Pat. And one is that I am experienced. That's the number one thing. I think I am a businessman. I'm a fourth generation Tuskegean. I have a very vested interest in this community. I've lived in District 5, which used to be District 2, for the last 25 years. I've been in the very same location. My children, who I raised from that location, are now doing what children do once they grow up. So I think I have a vested interest in this community. Again, you know, I've been in the same location a number of years. I've been in this community fighting a good fight, and I didn't just come here or happen here and decide that, oh, this miraculous place, I'm going to do such and such and such and such. No. I've been putting the work in, and as the new song says, my boots have been on the ground, you know, the entire time. And anybody within District 5 or within the city of Tuskegee and the county of Macon knows, Mr. Brownlee, what I stand for, what I've done, and what I will continue to do. Being a member of City Council provides me the opportunity to continue to rebuild this community from a different perspective and on a higher level, and be able to bring in some people who can additionally help us, and as well as us, bring us together to be able to get the job done. Anybody that knows me knows that I will get the job done. They know that.
What is your vision for Tuskegee over the next 4 years? And how do you plan to involve the citizens in making that vision a reality?
Well, and that's an awesome question, because firstly, I do understand that I can't get it done without the citizens. Not just because of the vote, but the work comes in after being voted in. That's where the work begins. The first thing that I intend to do is, of course, clean up. I can't clean this city up by myself. I have to have the people in this community who, like myself, have a vested interest in the betterment of our community, and I will pool us together along with the resources that I have and get the job done. That's just what I do. That's what I've always done. And as I tell people all the time, you want to know what somebody's going to do, take a look at what they've done. And if you don't know much about Mr. Brownlee, all you got to do is just look at some of the projects that I've done, completed, and some of the things that I work on even now. So I'm not out here trying to sell people on this idea of who I want to be or who we want to be together. No, this is something that I've done and what I've been doing. So I can't get it done unless there's a collective effort. And I think that the people are absolutely ready to get together with the right leadership, the right honest, transparent leadership, who will not do what has been done in the past, but will do what it takes to go forward into the future. And that's where I am with it. Collectiveness, that's just where I stand. And everybody that knows me knows that I am the guy who will stand in the middle and bring everybody together to make this happen. Because my vision is your vision, and we have the vision together to make Tuskegee a better place for us all to live, thrive, work, and just be happy, you know? And unfortunately right now, we haven't got a lot to be happy about, you know, and I'm chuckling, but it's serious to me because, you know, my car, my truck, the bushes, the whole thing. We all know what the issues are. I'm just ready to go to work for you, for me, for us, to get the job done. I'm tired of talking about what we're going to do. We all know the problems, as I said. Let's go to work together and get them done. So, and I want to say this because I believe in full-fledged transparency and accountability. So if I'm accountable to you and you're accountable to me, we can make things happen together. I'm an open book. I don't have any secrets or any of that stuff. It is what it is with me, and what you see is pretty much what you're going to get when you deal with Mr. Brownlee. So, thank you, Pat.
What specific policies or programs would you introduce to support economic development and job creation in your district and in Tuskegee?
And I tell you, Pat, I got to give you a big reward, man, because that's how I know that your boots are on the ground. And you are a grassroots person as well as I am, because you know the right questions to ask, because those are the pertinent issues that we all face in our community. Not your community, not theirs, it's our community. As I say all the time, these are our children that we have to bring up, teach, and allow them to be who they are. So I think specifically, one of the things that I'm really passionate about, as you can see, I'm a businessman for a number of years in this community. And I think business is the gateway to happiness, success in a lot of ways. And everybody's not an entrepreneurial spirit like I am. But one thing that I can say is that when you are thriving, your family's happy, you're not worried about being, you can't eat, you can't put gas in your car because of the impoverished situation. That is a total game changer for me. So here's the plan. Firstly, we have to clean up. That is number one on the list, because I'm a cook. I just happen to be a chef, and one of the things I do is cook. So if my presentation of my food is sloppy and nasty, are you going to buy that food? Are you even going to eat that food? No, you're not. So if we're asking people to come into our community, not just outsiders, but people that are in the community, if we're asking them to invest and to fall in love and to bring back the product, we're asking them to do all these wonderful things. Why should they do that if the city and the municipal leadership has not done what it needed to do in terms of cleaning up first? Again, business is my forte. That's what I do. I'm a businessman. My intentions are to absolutely, let me go back a little bit, because I want to explain to people about the new districting lines, which I've studied. Everything that's business in Tuskegee that is small business inside the downtown area is within District 5. So this is a paramount, very, very important decision that we make in this election as to what happens if we don't get much of the same in the past. I'm about the future, and I'm about moving forward. Again, we eat with our eyes. We spend our money with our eyes. We have to see visibly. Now, is that everything? No, that's not everything. But that's what starts the ball rolling. So once that ball begins to roll, I have people, and I have a plethora of resources that I intend to bring forth, as I've done in the past with the Rebuild Tuskegee Project, with the Lake Tuskegee Project, even with the City Kitchen, and I can go back 30 years and name other businesses that I've started from nothing and turned them into something. Leadership is key. The ability to galvanize the people is very, very important. And as I always tell people, I don't have this concept of I'm bigger than you and you're smaller than me, or vice versa. I don't have that concept. We're all here in this community together, and it's very important that we do what's necessary to move it forward. Back to business. Everything in the District 5 area is small business, from past the Yellow store all the way down past McDonald's, the gas stations. I said McDonald's, I meant Burger King and McDonald's. You know what I mean? On up to H&J. So all of the downtown square area, in which we know is not only in disrepair, but we need to act very, very seriously. And if it was going to get done, you guys, it would have been done already. So again, I know that I'm that person that can galvanize the resources in this community, outside of this community, the right way. And I have to emphasize that, the right way. Because I have everything to gain in this community, and this is my home. You know, my children and my grandchildren are here. So 6 generations of us are on the ground right now. And I think it'd be foolish of me to do anything other than reach for the stars and be successful at it. You know what I mean? So I'm a business person. Again, we intend to clean up the downtown area. I have a very serious plan. I won't go into a lot of details with it, but I can just tell you I have a plethora of resources that people are chomping at the bit, waiting to get in here and do something for themselves and for us. So business is one of those things, for those that don't understand, and I know a lot of people do and a lot of people don't, but I just happen to be a businessman. That's just who I am. Business is one of those things that if I make it good for you and it's good for me, we can do business. But if you have the advantage and I have the disadvantage, I don't want to do business with you. Period, point blank, that's what it is. So when you open the door to business in this community by changing policies that now have the business in a locked situation, and I've experienced it myself, but anybody that knows me again knows that I play by the rules, I know the rules, and we're going to go by the rules together. You know what I mean? So once we open the door to those locked policies and change the things that allow people, local investors, outside investors, to dance to the beat of our music, so to speak. You know what I mean? That's what we want. We say we want to grow. We say we want to develop this community. I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. If it was going to get done prior to now, it would have been done already. So I'm not as I tell people all the time, I like to talk sometimes, but I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready right now. If we conclude right at this very moment, I'll go change my clothes, I'll be out there swinging a hammer, talking to the people, doing whatever's necessary to move forward for tomorrow. That's what I'm focused on. So I hope I answered that question in detail enough, but I didn't want to give away too much in terms of, I do have a serious plan, and it does include changing policies and opening up the business world so that people are more invited more than not invited, period.
That leads to the next question. You reference your district and the downtown area. How will you ensure that the needs of all the neighborhoods in Tuskegee, including the historically underserved areas, are addressed fairly and equitably?
Wow. Man, you know how to get it. Well, let me say this, and a lot of people know this, but I'm going to say it for those that don't. I am a businessman, yes, and I own a business here, but I'm also a investor. So I've invested in a lot of real estate in this community over the past number of years, and I do own real estate in different places throughout this entire city. So it would behoove me to do anything other than let the entire place benefit. District 5 is where I live, and I want to represent you in District 5, but I also have a vested interest in the blessing and the growth and development of our entire city and even our entire county. So I'm very concerned, and this is not new, I've been concerned for a long time. A little bit pre-COVID, we were all over the city, rebuilding things, cleaning things, and doing a lot of work throughout the entire city. Unfortunately, I could not get the buy-in at the time from the people that I thought should have been the most interested in giving, and helping resourcefully. And I couldn't get the buy-in from those folks, unfortunately. So having a seat at the table at the city council will enable me to have that buy-in and move this city forward. And all of our districts sitting down together and figuring out a plan. If District 5 has a plan and District 3 needs help with a plan, then of course, absolutely, I'm willing to put all my resources on the table and move us forward. no matter what it takes. Thanks, Pat.
Are you ready for some tough questions now?
I'm always ready for tough questions. It is what it is, and it's a big responsibility. I got to tell you guys, because the district is vast. It goes north, south, east, and west in District 5 now. But it is business. I keep telling you, I'm a businessman. I've been in business for myself over 40 years. So I'm telling you right now that I'm ready to do business. The question is, are you guys ready to elect someone who you know through proven, I'm talking about what's behind me and what I've done, ready to elect someone who is going to do business. Because that's what it takes to run a business. I don't care if it's a $100 business or a $100 million business. It does not matter. It still takes a business person to do.
All right, I'm throwing you in the deep water right now. Tuskegee has struggled with issues related to transparency and trust in local government. What steps will Brownlee take to rebuild that trust?
Is that the deep water or is that the shallow water? Because that's pretty simple for me. You know what I mean? I just told you I'm an open book. I don't have any secrets. What I do, my business, my children tell you their business, is that it's an open book policy. Because I don't have anything to hide. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how much money I do or don't have in my bank account. Let's be realistic. You know what I mean? But I will tell you this: if there's something that I know, then you know. So every single time we hold those District 5 meetings, you will know what I will know. I will fight for what is best for us. One thing I must say, and I live by this policy in my life, and that is the needs of the many always outweigh the needs of the few. So if there's a decision that has to be made, regardless of whether I'm on the top end or the bottom end, that's not the point. The point is that whatever benefits the massive amount of people, that's what I'm for.
All right, here's another tough one. Maybe it's not tough for you. This is a hot potato. In your opinion, Mr. Brownlee, what is the biggest mistake the current or previous city council has made, and how would you have handled it differently?
Wow, man. Now, I'm not going to say that's tough, because I think all of the questions, as long as they're real, because I'm a real person, you know what I mean? I tell people all the time, I don't make any distinction. I'm a real person. So, in my mind, my thinking is that transparency is the number one thing that came to my mind when you asked that question initially. So, being transparent, coming up with a solid plan that everybody is informed of. So when we're all informed together, there may be somebody that has on that panel or in that room that has knowledge of something that I don't. I'm a real person now. Life is real. It's not this imaginary thing. You know what I mean? And I'm willing to say, hey, that idea is better than the idea that we had currently. Let's utilize that idea. It makes more sense. Do you all agree? Yes, we agree, and that's what we do. I don't care about who got the credit for it. It makes no sense to me. So here's the thing. Back to the other part of that question is that what has transpired wrong? And I named all of these things, and let me just put it in a nutshell for you, in my opinion. I believe that Tuskegee has such great potential that people are caught up in the old history and the old potential and all of these things, and we spend all this time talking about what the issues are. We know what the issues are. We need to go to work, one project, 1 minute, $1, 1 second at a time. We need to be moving forward. I think that we have spent way too much time on examining what the issues are. They're evident based on the things that we see, and even the things that we don't know about, some of us. Because I do know a lot about what's going on, guys. I've been very informed for many, many years. And I educate the community about what's going on. That's the job of leadership. The leader should inform the people as to what's going on to a great extent and keep transparency and openness up in the forefront so that people understand what's going on. Because people are a lot smarter than the current administration, in my opinion, is giving them the credit for. When you hide something, you have something to hide, that makes people distrust you. And anybody that knows me knows that, hey, it is what it is. and being trustworthy is a big problem, Pat, because people have said, well, I'm gonna shine your shoes every day of the week for the next month. You get one shoe shine and they don't see you for the next 3 months. That's just an example, of course, being a little facetious, but I'm realistic because I ain't going nowhere. I tell people all the time, I've been in the same house 25 years, my children are all grown, and I'm in this community now. My grandchildren are now, they just went this morning, matter of fact, for the Parks and Recreation Department. So my grandchildren are now doing what I did with my children. My children are taking them. So it's a wonderful thing, That's part of the plan.
Final question for you. Tell the audience and tell all the voters something about UL Brownlee that most people don't know.
Ooh, man, now that right there is a really good question because I am a businessman. Most people know me for doing business in this community, obviously. Right? I'm a father, I was a single dad, 12, 15 years, raised those last 4 children of mine, they're all grown now. Did that with this community helped me to raise my family. The thing that I am going to bring forth to people on August the 10th, on a Sunday evening at 5 o'clock in the downtown square, I intend to show people more about me and who I really am, because you can look at where I came from. I spent my young years as a child growing up in New York skateboarded all over the place, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't know about me, is that I've traveled this world skateboarding for many years. And they're like, skateboarding? What are you talking about? No, skateboarding is in the Olympics now, but I was pre-Tony Hawk as a skateboarder, and I know the entire skateboard world. And one of the things I want to do, and I want the recreation department to hear this, is that one of the things that I want to do in the future is be a part of bringing a skateboard park to Tuskegee, because we've done that. We've done that with the coalition that I belong to. We've brought skateboard parks in different parts of this country, and we can do it here. So that probably is the one thing that I would say. Everything else is pretty much an open book, and I'm a God-fearing man. You all know that. My mother is 94 years old, and I absolutely adore her, man. She's the greatest to me, and she touches my heart. She's nurtured me as the youngest of 6 boys. She's nurtured me my entire life. So I think that's it. Probably skateboarding is that thing, man. And if there's anything else, just ask.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brownlee, for being on our forum today. And there you have it, audience and voters. This is Mr. UL Brownlee, your candidate for City Council in District 5. And we welcome you to watch all of the candidates and make your decision, make your choice. Be a part of the motion, be a part of the movement. Thank you guys, and keep watching.